All right, doing a quick sound check before we get on the way. All right, sounds like we are good to go. I'm going to pull up my checklist and we should be just fine. All right. We are now on part 32 of the Elden Ring fundraising walkthrough. Fundraising, if you are new to this channel, because my wife has a once in a lifetime opportunity to go to New York City with her choir, the Morris Park Singers, to perform in January at the legendary Carnegie Hall in New York City. It's insane. Didn't think we'd actually be able to have somebody from our family be able to be like, hey, guess what? I'm going to be Carnegie bound. I'm going to do something cool or whatever the case. But that's the good news. It's awesome that she gets a chance to do this, but the choir and the choir and my wife do not have the financial backing from anybody to go out. See, they were invited, but nobody's paying for them to go out. And as you know, things get kind of expensive when it comes to doing anything related to New York City. And that's where the husband comes in. My aim for this is to play, have a good time, raise awareness about her campaign, and hopefully we have some donators out there that would like to go ahead and help her get there. There's no obligation to, so if you don't want to donate or can't donate, either or, do not feel bad, do not feel guilty, do not feel obligated to do anything. There's obviously a ton of other things that you could do with your money that, there's just a ton of other things that you could do with your money. For instance, like they got earthquakes down in Venezuela, and the after effects of that are absolutely insane if you've watched the news. So if you want to do something good for somebody, by all means, please donate to that cause and helping them get back up and operational and making sure that the crews have full access to whatever they need to be able to rescue people that are still caught in rubble or doing cleanup, anything in between. Because no matter what, my wife is going to be able to get to New York City. The only reason I'm doing this is just to make it a little bit more affordable, so that way she can go without the financial stress on her, and she can come home with stories that'll last her a lifetime. And considering the fact that she wasn't supposed to make it past the age of 4, this is pretty phenomenal. So, with that being said, I'm going to clear my dang throat. Man alive. Between allergies and the crazy amount of heat we have in Minnesota right now, it is almost unbearable. It's not fun. Well, anyway, we're on part 32, and I guarantee you there's going to be a couple deaths today. So, why that's important is because just recently I added a new wrinkle into my walkthrough where if I died at any time, then $2.50 would be tallied toward her fundraiser. So far I've only died twice. Ooh, which reminds me, I got to get the death tally back up. And since I am not, what was I gonna say? See, this is old man brain starting to kick into effect. I had a train of thought. I'm losing it completely, but that's okay. We just got to the Seathwater Terminus, and we're about to go into that big. Oh, apparently my camera doesn't want to focus up here. We're gonna go over there. There's somebody we can beat up in there. The surrounding area is more dangerous than anything else, and that's okay. We're gonna go through that. We are going to go through the rest of this section pretty much. And hopefully we'll be able to get to another hero's grave where we know that it is about to be absolutely disgusting when it comes to dying. So, with that being said, I have no strategies. I have no nothing. Um, I've only been through Elden Ring completely like twice before. Once for the base game, and then once more for the purposes of completing the Shadow of the Erd Tree. So let me. Oh, don't get up from the site of grace, sir. That is not what I want. There we go. Let's make sure it's daytime. It's been a couple days since I've actually played this, so I'm feeling like I'm walking in with a little bit of a disadvantage, and that's what I was worried about. Okay, at least that's taken care of. See, when I came here before, I could avoid those two battering ram enemies, but unfortunately, I did not have the luxury to do that this time. Is there also... No, it's soldiers in the Fire Nation going to war on them. Okay, where in the world am I going over here? I think it might be a good idea before I go in to do this. I got my Dark Souls control. Stone Sword key. I'm hitting X to confirm everything, and that's not what I want to do. That's the entrance we're trying to get to over there. There's going to be a big old tubby enemy in here. And I got a refill just by killing one enemy. Great. Okay, if you see just beyond the door there, big tubbo over there wearing a goblet on his head. Dipped his axe in some red paint. Should be business as usual. There we go. And for your extreme efforts, you got a weapon. Prelate's Inferno Crozier. Crozier? Crozier? Doot. Stop doing the Dark Souls control, Steve. Alright, you got a cookbook. Let's get a lantern on here. Stop the Dark Souls control. So obviously you hear a ghost. Ghost is going, hey. There he is over there. And he has with him stop the Dark Souls control. Fire Scorpion Charm. I'll survive, I swear it. I'll soon be back at the Volcano Manor. Perfect. Alright. Now because we got the Stone Sword key done earlier, we'll be able to get back into the swing of doing things here. As soon as I get control schemes all figured out. All right, dodge, jump, confirm. See, going back and forth between Dark Souls and Elden Ring, it's really gonna mess with my... Oh, there's still another chariot down there. I'm just fine with not going that way. And a smithing stone 5, even better. Alright, we have a boss coming up. I think as... Wrong button, man. Oh, this is gonna kill me. I have a stake, America. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake. Not a big deal. You're gonna be too far away? Yep. Doing this, we'll go for the easy hits. Oh, there we go. That was easier than I thought. Get another dragon heart if you so desire to go to the Church of the Dragon Communion. And over here, somebody's taking a poop.
Oh, mountain of fire, bake me in your flames.
That is an oddly specific poop. Let's go over and check it out. And there's our buddy, Alexander. What's up, dude?
Ah, good lady. What business might you have in such a place as this? I hardly think you're here to temper yourself with flame, considering that fleshly form of yours. Your timing, though, is impeccable as ever. I've been making just the thing for you on my journey here. Take it. I'm sure it'll suit you to the T.
He gave me a jar helmet.
You know, it's hardly more than lukewarm here. I won't be able to temper my body such that it'll never crack again. Perhaps I'll head eastward. There's an old saying I've caught wind of. Above the lofty clouds, icy giant's peak doth soar. Here lieth the flame pool, which ever burning roars.
So with that, this is probably going to be the last time we see our buddy Alexander, because he is going to be moving up to Crumbling Ferrum Azula. Oh, buddy, it's been nice to know you, so I guess from here, I will bid you adieu. Okay, next up, heading over to that little gap. I got you, dude. And you can stop by the graveyard, pick up some free money if you are so desiring. Maybe if you're out of runes because you died, or, oh, mushroom. Because you died, or something in between, and you just need a little money for repairs, or upgrades, or something in between. Sometimes those things are nice just to have around. Okay, got to be very careful up here. There is a rune bear that'll come storming out of one of these shacks. You could use it to break that stone open. I am not brave enough to allow that big bad mother trucker to come my way, so I'll at least clear out the area. Make my way slowly up this way. Yep, there he is. Somehow or another, I beat a rune bear without getting touched. Oh, for God's sakes. The demi-humans around here get insufferable. So, that is why we hop off our horse for a little bit more range of control. Mushroom! Sometimes it's just easier for me to stay off the horse and get a little bit more of that quick turnabout energy, because otherwise you're just sweeping a little bit too far and too wide with the horse. Good for absolutely huge bosses that have the same problem, not so much for the more nimble enemies. Wave hi to him, and we get a refill. Awesome. You're not worth it, Mr. Scarab. I don't think I have to worry about filling up those flasks. No, I do not. Oh, hello, bear. Hardly even noticed you. Yeah, there was nothing in these shacks down here, I don't think. Unless I'm missing something. And according to my checklist, I am not. According to my eyes, I am, so... Let's get that. Ah, there we go. Roiling magma. I was missing that. Again, I'm having some old people moments here. Alright, we've already been up there. We should be coming up on a site of grace. And we're going to be approaching an enemy as well as dangerous territory with demi-humans up and around that kind of pokey fence line. So let's get over here and regroup. Alright. So far, I still have everything I want on my character. Sometimes just doing that works out a whole lot better. Yeah, come on, dude. At least there's mushrooms for me to collect. Told you it was about to get a little annoying with those guys up here. So, whenever you have a chance, just be careful. Make sure you take a good look around. There's the pulley crossbow that I was looking for. Now, a couple of different things we can get up in that area. Mostly an armor set, a starlight shard. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. Let's back you up a little bit. Thing is going absolutely friggin' ballistic. Ow! Like, what the heck is going on? No. Bad you. I'm already out of healing. Yeah, well, that wasn't annoying. Stop hitting X to collect stuff. There we go. God, that gets ridiculous. Knock it off. Really? Like, all I want to do is make it to the boss without too much issue, and that's too much to ask. Alright, that's taken care of. I see you over there, sir. There's a crown. Alright, that's what we were looking for. There is a part of a side quest that actually involves you using that. Hey, Tao, how you doing? It just surprised me there for a second. I was like, oh, we got a visitor. Sweet. You're about to watch the worst Elden Ring player in history. Really? I'm not doing too shabby myself. I am clearly having some senior moments today with forgetting the controls between Dark Souls and Elden Ring, but all in all, not too shabby. It's hot where I am, though, so it's kind of nice to be able to stay inside. The wife, on the other hand, is working a baseball game today. And she's out having to put up with a little bit of the humidity and the heat. Well, I mean, we're from Minnesota. I don't know what you would consider heat, but I remember being in Okinawa for 2 years, and it gets pretty similar in the height of the summertime around here. Oh, geez. Wasn't paying attention. Derp. Alright, that was the set I was looking for in here for collection purposes. Alright, this is going to get ugly. Oh, wrong dang flask. Alright, I'm going to have to be a little zippy around here, so pardon me if I get a little quiet. Ouch. And then there's another one up there. Oh, yeah, you got stars. I forgot about that. There, I can do that too. That should take care of all the ads. And those are pretty much the hardest part of this whole thing. So maybe I'm not going to do too bad. There we go. Holy crap. I actually didn't screw that up. And we get another spell slot. Awesome. What are you going to be busy with for the rest of the day, Tao? Yeah, Tao, right? What are you going to be busy with for the rest of the day? Besides, hopefully, not melting. It is Sunday. It is the day to chill. That is the perfect activity for anybody on a Sunday afternoon. Or evening, depending on where in the world you're watching. Are you going to do something? Well, sweet. If you could give me a winning lottery ticket like that, because that is actually a pretty decent spell. Let's go ahead and get regrouped here. Old man needs a little bit of a recalibration here. What part of Minnesota am I from? I am from the part of Minneapolis. So they got a bunch of events going on down there today. I think they have a Lynx game. We have the Minnesota Twins playing. We have the Pride festivals going on down there. I don't know how they're not melting out in that heat, man. You betcha. Minneapolis, St. Paul area. Like I said, I think the hottest, I mean, it gets surprisingly hot up here. We've actually gotten hotter more than a couple of times as it comes to the heat wave, hotter than Texas, and it's just as humid as Miami if you've ever been down that way, or if you're from that way. I don't know. Whereabouts you from? Maybe I can get a kind of a weather comparison here, depending on where you're from. And while I await your response, I'm going to get myself set up for the next part. That is, what is? Oh, okay. No, I'm not going to the ruins just across the way yet. Going back to my squeeze. Let's see here. Which makes sense. Especially because I just got the Comet Azure to advance her side plot. Hey, girly.
There you are, my apprentice. Shall we commence the lesson?
Well, about that, have I got something for you?
What's this sorcery, my apprentice? Ah, then you have seen Master Azure. Master Azure was a founding Glintstone sorcerer, and my first teacher. A stern judge of men. But he must have seen something in you. You make us both proud. We can speak more later, my apprentice.
Oh man, you're from Iowa, so you completely understand the Midwest humidity and heat situation just as well as we do. And the snow, and the tornadoes, and more snow, and the bad traffic, and the bad drivers, and more snow, more bad drivers, especially bad drivers. Whew, bad driver. I don't know if you've driven up here in the Twin Cities lately, man, but those, I got some issues that I got to bring up with some of these drivers. I wish I could just get out of my car and be like, "Sir, do you have a few minutes to talk about your Lord and Savior, the driving manual?" Anyway, sorry about that, Selen. Tell me your story. If you have anything to type, Tao, I will get to that after the dialogue here, so I'm not trying to blow you off.
If you recall, I was exiled from the Academy of Rea Lucaria. It was for attempting to restore the primeval current of Glintstone sorcery. The toothless pedantry peddled by the Carian royal family can rot for all I care. I want Glintstone sorceries that open our minds, unbound by terrestrial taboos, no matter what we give in return. My apprentice, I presume nothing. Teacher and student are not bound to tread the same path. But hear me out, my apprentice. I need your help to restore the primeval current of Glintstone sorcery. Perhaps this is a journey we could take together.
Of course we're going to journey together.
Splendid. I thank you.
How can I turn down that headpiece?
It's been far too long since I found a fellow kindred spirit. You must have a fabulous teacher.
Oh, let me tell you about construction, man. If you've never been up this way during the summer months, it's nasty. We have so many main arteries that we have to get through to be able to get to downtown or even to the outlying suburbs. And it seems that everywhere you go, everything's down to like one lane or it's completely closed for a weekend. And it makes my head spin. It's terrible. But the good news is after it's all done, I don't ever have to worry about driving on bad roads up here. I remember being in training down in Texas and driving on those roads. Holy smokes. It's not pretty. In Iowa, I was just down there. Well, not just down there, but back in at the end of February when I was going to visit my uncle, and those roads were actually surprisingly nice. But of course, then again, I drove mainly on the uh, main arteries like the highways and the freeways and stuff like that. But you guys have it together down there pretty well. You might have a couple of spots, just like up here in Minneapolis, but all in all, not too bad.
I need your help, my apprentice. Master Lusat is another founding Glimstone sorcerer. And like Master Azure, he was banished from the Academy. Now he languishes in prison somewhere. My apprentice, can you find Master Lusat? With this Glimstone key, you should be able to cross the boundary that encloses him.
I should indeed.
I need him to restore the primeval current of Glimstone sorcery. He's nigh a child of the stars. Such is his body now.
Oh, I just got your message. Let me see. Another thing I hate is drivers don't know what a signal light does. All right. Hold on now because um, that can be interpreted two different ways because some people will call the traffic light signal lights, and then some people will actually say the signal lights on the car. Which one are you classifying? Because if you're talking about the signals on the vehicle and how nobody knows how to use them anywhere in this region for some reason, here, I'm lifting a glass of the finest swill up in cheers to that. Oh, yeah, yep, on the car for sure. And then they wonder why you honk at them when they're just gliding into your lane when they're not paying attention. Or, I remember, actually, there was one instance. I swear to God, I was making this up, but I was going north. We have a new uh, fixture in one of our malls up here. It's the Asia Village, and they have probably one of the most expansive grocery stores for Asian products and for restaurants and different merchandise and stuff like that. And to be able to get over there, um, I'm usually a pretty cautious driver, so I do utilize my signals all the time. So when I get up to one of these streets to take a left onto the main vein that takes you over there, um, there was somebody behind me, and I was using the turn signals, and they ended up going around me to the right side because they were going to take the outside turn lane. And at the stoplight, she has me roll down my window, so I'm like, did I cut her off? I don't think I did. I rolled it down, and she's like, what are those things you're using on the side of your car? And I'm like, what do you mean the side of my car? You know, those little blinky lights. My brake lights? No, it's the ones that are yellow. My turn signals? Yeah. Do you know how to use your turn signals? Is that what those are? And I rolled back up my window, and I was beside myself. I was like, how did you pass the driver's test? I don't know. I mean, I've run into people that don't have licenses to operate a motor vehicle, and that's usually because they got, like, drunk, or they have a drug charge, or some other criminal charge. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, let's go back in here. we have just been assigned by our wonderful headpiece wearing sweetheart here to go find another sorcerer. Oh, I just saw that stuff flash up. My goodness. Yeah, I don't know what they're like down in Iowa. I think they were pretty polite down in Iowa. I never had a problem with the drivers down there. But for some reason, up here in Minneapolis, it's like everybody just forgot how to drive lately. And it's kind of a pain in the butt. Well, we're talking about pains in the butt, so let's go find a pain in the butt magician. Oh, I need a lantern. There we go. If you're looking for the other piece of this puzzle, you can find him down in the bowels of the Celia hideaway. There we go. Give him a hug with a sword. Alright, before you start charging in that way, come around this bend again. Give him a little love tap. Roundabouts actually work really well if people know how to use them. The problem is, in America, a lot of people don't. I didn't have really any examples of roundabouts until I drove in Ireland. And Ireland, it's basically as soon as you get out of the car rental port, roundabout after roundabout after roundabout. Not only that, you're driving on the left-hand side of the road, which I was used to from doing patrols in Japan. But once you figure out how a roundabout's supposed to work, what the lanes are used for, and all that stuff in between, it's actually not that bad. For instance, I know I'm supposed to be playing Elden Ring right now, but for instance, let's say you have 2 lanes going into a roundabout, right? The far outside lane is meant to take the first or sometimes the second turn in the roundabout. The inside lane is if you're going to take the third turn or beyond. And that's pretty much the effect of it. If somebody's already in the roundabout and you can't get out there safely, don't go. Not too bad once you get used to it, but it is kind of overwhelming if you're... Oh, no. I didn't think you were a recurring enemy. Man. Now I don't want to go down there. I'm being a chicken poop. You'll get to a point where doing roundabouts are second nature at that point. It really took me until after Ireland to really understand the logistics of it, because they use them all the time over there in Western Europe. So don't be afraid of them. Just make sure you go out when it's safe and you're good. There we go. Now I'm starting to get my bearings back. Yeah, nobody yields, especially when you're already in the traffic circle to go around to your destination, right? It's that comes with the whole thing that we don't understand how to use them completely and properly yet. My wife is going to kill me for saying this, but she didn't understand roundabouts. This is before we went to Ireland. Um, there are a few roundabouts going over to her parents' place. And I'd done a couple of roundabouts, so I kind of had the gist of how they worked. My wife was driving, though, and she was trying to take a left-hand turn. Well, she didn't understand that in a roundabout, you always have to drive off to the right, at least here in North America. You drive off to the right, you take the curve to wherever you need to go, and then presto, change-o, you're good to go. Nope, she started taking the left right into the roundabout, and I think I did the old dad trick where I'm trying to press the imaginary brake on the passenger side of the car. And I'm like, no, we're going to die. She did not like me very much after that. Okay, I think we're going the right way now. We just need to keep going down, down, down. I really should just pull out a... Here, hold on. That was exactly what was going through my goddamn head when we were taking a left and going the wrong way. My sadness was immense. And I think I pooped myself a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. The good news is we made it out unscathed. And my wife definitely learned how to use a roundabout after that day. This guy ate too many Cheetos. He's putting out his hand. That's a good spell, too. I almost forgot about that. I'm going to have to figure out how to put that in my rotation. Look, I think we've all been there. Roundabouts, when you're not used to them, yeah, they get a little weird. I would assume you have a couple of stories of traffic shenanigans like that yourself. Oh, look at you. Your headpiece is looking absolutely killer today.
My apprentice, give me a moment later. I have a favor to ask.
I think I already did that.
The form you see before you is merely a projection. My body lies elsewhere, but the Academy's shackles prevent it being moved. My body is on the Weeping Peninsula at the southern tip of the lands between, imprisoned in the ruins just down from the Church of Marika, past the plain of the Wandering Mausoleum. Can you make the journey to my body? I have something that I can only trust with you.
Okay, she's not selling anything new yet. We already...
Who could have guessed?
There we go.
What a place to find Master Lusat. You have my gratitude. This is all your work.
Well, you were just
I am
here.
Truly pleased to have you as an apprentice and a kindred spirit. This is a mere token of my thanks. Please take it.
Nice.
This brings us a full step closer. The bodies of Masters Azure and Lusat can be admitted to the Academy. If only I could undo these wretched shackles. My body is on the weak.
Oh, I already did that.
Can you make the I have something.
Honestly, the problem with that question is that Dark Souls completely ruined any other game for me. Usually I'll do like the turn-based stuff, say Final Fantasy. I'll do some action games like Devil May Cry. Let's see, what else do I have? I like the Vampire Survivors one. Every once in a while, I'll pull out Madden or NBA 2K or the WWE series and start playing the bejesus out of those. But primarily, it's going to be with like Elden Ring. Now, the only one I really haven't had a chance to play through yet is Sekiro. because I remember picking that up and being like, this plays a lot different. I don't know. It's not because I don't like it. It's because I am not used to it being that fast paced. But like, I can pretty much play anything as long as it holds my attention for longer than like 3 seconds. And sometimes Madden does that when, especially when football season kicks back in, NBA season when I know the Timberwolves aren't going to choke. Um, every once in a while, I'll play MLB because aging myself here, but I was alive for both of the Minnesota Twins World Series championship wins, 1987 and 1991. God, I'm old. Okay. Anyway, we need to go and get what's her face out of this area right here. And if you start here, the cliff is too high to jump off of. If you start here, you still have to wrap around, but you should still be able to. I'll just start there. That's fine. What about you? What are you into? Because, like I said, I'm mostly like Elden Ring and Dark Souls. I know they all play the same, but turn-based stuff. Oh, I still have to get through Expedition 33. I have it in my backlog, but I've only played past the prologue where everybody gathers for the countdown, pretty much. Other than that, yeah, I'm spending a lot of time writing my book, my soundtrack, and it makes it a little bit difficult to get into new games without a bigger time investment, but oh my God. Okay, I need to pause this for a second. I'm not going to go anywhere, but I need to message my wife. In the entire time, all right, full disclosure, she works with the Minnesota Twins, all right? And in almost every game that she has worked, with the exception of 2 before today, they've lost every single game. So I give her some guff about her being a curse on the Minnesota Twins. Minnesota just won today. The Twins have decided to buck the curse for one night only. Oh, this is dumb. There we go. My wife did not have the... Yeah, I'm going to have to tell her congratulations because she never, every time... Like I said, she's kind of... I'm just putting it out there like this. She's not a curse, but to the Minnesota Twins, she has definitely put a curse on them, with the exception of today and 2 other games.
My apprentice, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
There is something I need you to look after.
What's that?
My primal glintstone.
Cool. Is it in your pocket?
The star has fallen, and my fortunes waver. Someone may come for my life, and so I entrust it with you, myself.
Oh, you are chained. Why don't I just cut the chains so that way you can dig into your pocket and you can give me your primal glintstone, okay? Here we go. Ma'am, that is not a pocket. You just casually reached into her chest cavity. Ew, and it's got blood all over it.
Thank you, my apprentice. This is my essence. Please, treat it with care.
Man. All right. And I know there's an event that happens here. So what I'm going to do instead of warping back, I'm just going to go to the title screen. And get back in that way. Ooh, Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest, was my absolute favorite when it came to the Super Nintendo versions. I played one of the Donkey Kong Countries. I think it was on the Wii U. No, was it the Switch? It wasn't the one that just came out, but the one that came out before that. It had to be on the Switch. Yeah, Diddy's Conquest on Super NES was my jam. I 100%ed that bad boy. That was a trip and a half.
Ah, well met. I hardly expected to see the champion of the festival here, of all places. You didn't know Selen, did you? Well, whatever the case, she's dead now. Just put it behind you. She was known as the Graven Witch. Obsessed by the primeval current, countless sorcerers fell to her hand. The most dangerous mage in the entire history of Realicaria's academy.
That's not promising.
It is strange, though. The woman, she was like a husk. Her soul already fled. I suspect Selen lives on elsewhere. I'm sure she'll turn up eventually. In another body. A sickening thought. But one that won't stop gnawing at me. I suspect Selen, I'm sure, a sickening.
Alright, we already did that, so we're good. Poor gal. Alright, anyway, we're going back up here. We already know where we're going. No, we don't want Ranni's chamber, and it's actually easier to get there from Ranni's rise, so... No, it's not. What am I thinking? Way easier to get to where I need to go from here. Again, old man brain kicking in. What are some of the shooters that you like going for? Because I'm more... when I grew up, I had like Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, Rise of the Triad. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Yes, indeed. I do miss those days with the cheat codes. The only gaming company that comes close to doing anything with cheat codes would be Rockstar when it comes to like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, where like for Grand Theft Auto you can go into your cell phone, call a certain number, and they will say, okay, here's a tank for you, or here is a fighter jet, or whatever the case may be. I still remember doing all my stuff back on the NES and the Super Nintendo especially. God, I am feeling so old with this conversation right now. Let me just get on my horse and go over here. Back in my day, we could only get around using horses anyway. There's always you over here trying to... What? How did I whiff on that? Listen, man. No! Fine, you know what? You can stay up here. Think about what you did. Yeah, I had the old classics like Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, Rise of the Triad. There was one on the PlayStation 2 when it first came out that I really liked. It was big on the PC for a while. I can't remember. I think I've only played like one Call of Duty, one Modern Warfare, but I played more Medal of Honor on the PlayStation 1. I missed that series. Medal of Honor was good.
My apprentice. Just how long has it been? Thank you. You've helped me fill a new body once again, and it's truly a gem. Young and full of vigor, a snug fit for my primal glintstone. Better still, I've shed those awful shackles. Finally, I can return to the Academy to expel the Carian royal family and restore the primeval current. My dear apprentice, I owe this all to you. Finally, I can return to expel.
All right, so that's that. You know, all this talk about first-person shooters actually gets me in the mood to play GoldenEye back on the Nintendo 64. I was going to go back to this place. There we go. You have your choice here. When you get out of here, there's going to be 2 summon signs. Look at that. We're twinsies. Can we touch tips? There we go. Look at that. It's like a heart. Anyway, I'm done being dumb. Let's go out the door. Alright, 2 summon signs. 1, you can be summoned to challenge Sorceress Sullen, which is not what I want to do. Or, you can be summoned to assist. Ooh, I'm going to answer that as soon as I get out of this.
Bringer of my death, you have my gratitude for freeing me from the shackles.
Really? Sorry, sir. Goodbye. She has really good spells. And a really hot headpiece, I guess. Yeah, Night Comet makes that almost trivial. It makes a lot of the game trivial, which is kind of why I took the build, because I suck at it, so.
Ah, my apprentice. You've saved my skin once again. Do you see this? The Queen of Caria is no more. With the bodies of Masters Azure and Usat returned, the Academy can hone the primeval current, so that we, fallen children of the stars, shall beam with brilliance once again. My apprentice, will you stay with us, here at the Academy? Oh, I know it's not possible. You have your own calling, to be the next Elden Lord. But do think of me, of your teacher. On the eve of your crowning, you will always be my darling pupil. Rest assured that no, the entire Academy will swear allegiance to the new monarch, my apprentice. Become Elden Lord.
Well, with a headpiece like that, how can I say no?
Perhaps I'm jumping ahead, but here is a symbol of my allegiance and the Academy's. Do you recall what once I told you? That glintstone is the amber of the cosmos, and sorcery is the study of the star. When you become Elden Lord, please illuminate me. Lay bare the secrets of life which course the Elden Ring. Next time, I will be your student.
You still have stuff to sell me.
Oh, one last thing. If you failed to claim your throne, you can always pay me a visit. Oh, don't fret. Even my dullest pupils will always have a place here.
Alright, you should have Shard Spiral. Yep. Perfect. This can actually be pretty overpowered if you know how to use it right, too. Full disclosure, I don't know how to use any of this stuff right except for Night Comet. Anyway, that should be it for that. I have exhausted all of her dialogue. Oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid has been my favorite. I didn't play the Metal Gears on the NES, but I did pick it up when it hit the PS1, and I've been hooked ever since. I have a hankering to play Metal Gear Solid 4, which I haven't played in forever. Um, I don't know if that just came out or if it's coming out as like a remake or something like that, but I'm looking forward to that whole thing uh, coming back so that way I can have access to it on the system again. Because I already got the um, collections of the other ones with like the first one, Sons of Liberty, Peace Walker, all that good stuff. I still have to play through Peace Walker for a little bit too, and it's been a little while since I've played Metal Gear Solid 5. Man, see that's the problem. I have a backlog of games, and then the classics come back, and I can't help myself. All right. Um, Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take a quick step away from this. Probably about 3 to 5 minutes or something like that. I will be back very shortly, but I do need to uh, get away from here for just a couple of minutes, and then I will be back. So give me a little bit. I'm not dead. I'm just leaving for a couple. See you in a bit. Oh God, man! I was just looking through the checklist of things to do, and I'm coming up on some guaranteed deaths here. So,
What is it?
all right, not looking forward to this, but at least the wife's going to get uh, some sizable donations here pretty quick. Well, so much for the queen being gone. Here, let's touch tips again. It's like a little heart. Anyway, I'm done with that, I swear. I got your head. And you have nothing new to add. Sorry, lady. It's been real. Okay, we need to go back to this area. The reason being is we have a hero grave that we can go through. This is gonna suck. Bloop. And this is our destination. Thank you very much. Good to see you again, Tao. Are you ready for me to die multiple times and laugh at me absolutely, unconditionally, crazily? It's gonna be bad. I believe I want to use this because there are skeleton bros down here. And there's death root in here. So I think for extra safety, we're going to do that. All right, we got to be real careful about how we do stuff down here. And the first thing I'm going to go for is all the way back down here at the bottom. Thing I like to do is just book it here, jump over these guys, get over here before anything happens. Go in the drink. There's one more, I know there is. And if you get knocked in the... Good. I don't have to worry about him anymore. Next up. Come over here. Are you going to go in the drink? Yes, you are. Yep, I'm coming over here. Go in the drink. You are not going to go in the drink. Is it going to be better to go now, or is it... No, I'm going to wait for him to go up. Goodbye. And come in here. I forgot what's up in this area. Hope nothing bad happens. Yeah, that's what I thought, you little jerk. Ow. Listen. There we go. Now before it was... Listen. Stop doing that. Bad. Ouch. There we go. Those guys can stay as is. But I am going to walk away with some of this grave glovewort. Is that a pillar? Yep, that's a pillar. Perfect. Now, what else am I going to miss in here? Three messages. That's a bad sign. Bloodstain. That's a bad sign. It's another chariot. I'm going to go this way real quick. Is there anything else in here that's going to give me any... I don't think there is, but... Oh, that was dumb. Oh, no. I can see you. Discretion can be the better part of valor. Translation: being a chicken helps. I was in the middle of saying something, sir. There we go. Thank you. And all that just for a little bit of free money. Dang it. Wasted all that good FP for that. It's okay. It's alright. I will manage somehow. Where did... There we go. Alright. And then... Gonna be a lot easier just to put on something that protects from fire. Perfect. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough health flags for this, but the sewer has a lot of annoying gargoyles. Oh, are you talking down in the sewers of the capital up here in Altus? Where they're all walking on those boardwalks and they knock you down into the pit with those lobsters and stuff? Okay, the reason why we're coming down here, I don't mean to interrupt. Oh my god, I hate those gargoyles too. So bad. I always get my bow up for my distance game so that way I can just pick them off as soon as I can see them. And there's always like 15 of them. Alright, most unique weapon in the game. It's the only time when you can get away with saying that you, as a matter of fact, are going to... Where are we? Where are we? There it is. It's the only time in the game, or in life, where you can say you're going to give somebody the finger. That's just weird. Maybe one of these times I'll make a build specifically for it, but man, that just creeps me out. The only other place that it's annoying for... Oh, gotta be careful here, because if you take the wrong fall... There we go. If I'm not mistaken, there should be... There we go. Is this a boss? This can't be the boss already. Is it the boss already? It's the boss already. Maybe it would be a good idea to do the boss now, so that way when I go for the next little thing like a stone sword key or something like that, I can just warp back out. Tao, you're full of good ideas. Thank you very much for that suggestion. Oh, it's the red wolf. This guy's a jerk every single time. No. Sir, I'm going to need you to calm all the way down. Ouch. Thank you, other me. Bloodhound Knight Flow belongs to me. And in my possession, I now have another death root. Yep, that works out better for me. So that way, if I go back for any of this stuff, I know there's still a stone sword key I can go for. I hoard those things, so... there's also... Yeah, there's also another armor set that I can get in here, too. I'm missing on a couple things. One of them is a unique blade, which I'm going to go get right now. See, I've never had that problem with Mimic. In terms of being clueless, I've had that happen with bosses. For example, over here, right next to the Bestial Sanctum, you know that gargoyle that stands out here? For some reason, when I fought him, I was like, alright, I already know there's going to be like multiple deaths on this run no matter what. Somehow or another, he doesn't like corners of doorways. So on the corner of the doorway leading into Garankin here, he did his jump attack, he did a little black flame something, and then he just stopped. He didn't function. He was just like, error does not compute. Gargoyle brain dead. Can I get on top? If I jump over on you like this. Oh God, I'm dead. The wife just got $2.50 for a dumb death. I didn't have enough to level up anyway. That's fine. Womp, womp. Oh, in typical me fashion. Alright, I gotta get that on my death tally really quick. She is up to a total of $7.50 this month. I will list that. So the first one was Electo. The second one was to the pest bosses, which was another stupid death. And the third one was being a dumbass. Perfect. Hope you're listening, wife. You are now up to $7.50 as a donation for the end of this month. I am going to put back on my Sacred Blade because reasons. Unbelievable, man. Okay, old man, concentrate. Where is your greatsword? There it is. Oh, yeah, there we go. I knew you could do it. I'm not going to put on any rune arcs until I get done with this area. Same deal, we're just going to jump over them. We're going to leap over here. We're going to off him. We're going to let the others jump into the Kool-Aid, if they so desire. Oh, you're so done. Now, I could try and leap off in one of those pits. Oh, you made it in the drink. You're done. I don't know how you missed me. I don't know why you missed me. There we go. Alright, how many deaths is it going to take for me to get to the bottom of this? Let's find out. Oh, first up. Love it. Alright, let's do that. I really should start using Terra Magica in my builds. One shot took the Bloodhound out. Awesome. There's the armor set I was looking for. And there was a knight set I was not looking for, but I found anyway. Ta-da! This is not where I want to go. There is a cemetery shade that requires my immediate attention. Whoop, pardon me. Sleep back up in the window here. I don't think he can... Yeah, he can't really touch us over there, so... Well, I was expecting more of a fight from him, but that's okay. And there's the Mantis Blade. That thing always drops. I know a lot of people are like, well, I didn't get it. And that's okay, because sometimes whenever I'm doing fights like that, I'm like, well, maybe I should drop back down to see if I miss something. That's usually the case. Is it'll drop as an item instead of being an automatic add into your inventory. Anyway, we're done with that little explanation here. Let's go back to Garank. G-Man. What's going on, sir? I have a death route for you.
My thanks, tarnished. Death, my sin, should not be touched by the hand of man. I shall grant thee my claws. Feed me more.
That is actually a pretty decent incantation if you want a little bit of strength along with some off-balancing stuff for your enemies. I actually used that in another playthrough, and it was actually pretty sweet. Now I know I have left my corpse in the Gilmer grave up there. I am not going to go for it. Absolutely not. I know where to go for it. I know how to go for it. I'm just not going to go for it. I'm already way past where I should be right now. thanks to this area over here. And it's only going to get better because once I beat the base game, I'll have access to that Sacred Relic Sword, and I'll be able to really go to town on that stuff. I think we're going to do... Wait. I'm also missing the Stone Sword key. Yeah, I think I'm just going to skip the Stone Sword key. I think we're just fine without having to go back for a Stone Sword key. I do not want to go back down there. Yeah, I still got 16. I should have plenty for a while. If I run into any problems where I need Stone Sword keys, I'll know where to go. But honestly, I think I'll be just fine. Let's go back to this area and keep working on it. There's Old Altus Tunnel, Bridge of Iniquity. Okay, yeah, this is where we want to go because we're going to work our way through the camp here and eventually... No, we're going up the hill that way. Maybe we do want to go to the Bridge of Iniquity because that's where the broken bridge is. Okay, let's go here. Bridge of Iniquity. Here we go. Swear to God, this is right. What we're doing is we're going for a staple of most... Oh, no, sir. I would like it very much if you stayed away from me, thank you. Yeah, there's an incantation that everybody gets over here. Yep, here it is. Sometimes it's better just to go with the sword. We get Golden Vow over here. We should be able to run into an NPC here because our icon just came up saying you can't warp anywhere. There's Anastasia. And 3 ticks takes her out. You step in here and start picking stuff up. And she gives you a nice little knife. Golden Vow. I think you need 33 faith to be able to use that. 25. Why did I think it was in the 30s? Doesn't matter. And that should be it for this section with the... well, maybe... I am so tired of dogs right now. Hey. That's it. Really? Sir, we are going to have words, and you're not going to like what happens. There. There. Eat it. Stone Sword Key, I think? Yes, sirree. Perfect. At this point, Rune bars are very hard, at least until you get Night Comet. There is one exception to that at the beginning of the game, and if you start as a prisoner, let me get off somewhere here real quick. I'm going to be going back up to where I can trigger patches. Which site of grace is that? I think it's the campfire site. Where's the campfire site? That's too far south. Campfire? There we go. First, Mount Gelmir campfire site. I'm going to show you what I mean. I don't even know I warped here. Let's go back down here. I think I still have the rune bear that can come out here. I don't think I got the larval tier that was down here. I can even set this up. Let's go memorize spell. Okay, I already got magic glint blade in there. Yep, he's still sitting up there. Ooh, mushroom. Somebody's going to have fun in Limgrave tonight. I don't remember if I offed him or... I think it's that guy right there. See where my hat is pointing? I got to get a good sword on again. That's... No... There we go. I really got to sort my inventory. I'm like a bad episode of Hoarders right now. Okay, so what we can do is we can come over here if you're just starting out. We can really all be... Ouch! Alright, you're going to be that way. Let's go. Come here, Buster. It's done for you. You done. I'll let you hit me. That's worth it. Mighty shot for you. Now shut up. Anyway. Let's get back down here. Okay, so we can grab the high ground from this guy. There's that. Get you out of there. Get you out of there. When you start the game, obviously you have stuff that's like a lot, or FP that's way lesser than what I have right now. However, with rune bears, I'm finding it's all about positioning. It's like you could do this as a base level prisoner. Let's get... Let's do that. Good night. And then all you can have to do is stand up here and magic glint blade until the cows come home. And then when you're out of magic, drink up. Even over in this forest, they can cut down trees and stuff like that, but if you have your horse in this area, because you're not going to have any cover unless you head to a higher ground, and there's not much high ground in this area to go with. God, what was I just going to... Oh my God, I got old man brain. We're talking about rune bears, we're talking about elevation, we're talking about horseback. Over in this area, elevation is rare, so horseback is going to be your thing. And if you have magic glint blade, it doesn't matter where you're pointing. it'll find your target no matter what. So you can kind of do a run towards the screen, cast some, loop around, keep your camera on them, keep casting, loop back towards the screen, so on and so forth. Even up in Gelmer, where we just were with those rune bears up in this area, up in Hermit Shack, it could be the same thing, because you're not going to have time to be able to avoid demi-humans and get to a cliff and get on your horse and hopefully not die by then. So hopefully all of that old man rambling made sense, because if it doesn't, maybe I'll take an episode just to kind of go through what I had to do to be able to figure out how not to die 19 different times to this. Let me get back to... Great, now I just forgot where I was going to... First Gelmir campsite. There we go. I think we're going to set up shop here for the rest. Let me check where I am on time. Oh, I am over. That's okay. I'll sit here, and this is where I am going to call it an afternoon. Usually I only go about an hour and a half because, you know, when you're sitting down and you're doing this stuff, if you don't have the right cushioning or whatever the case, tailbone goes nuts. Of course, if you're 20 years old, none of that makes sense, and you're like, tailbone pain, what are you, 50? No, I'm not 50 yet. Anyway, that's going to be the playthrough for this afternoon. Tao, thank you very much for showing up and having some good conversation and enjoying my ineptitude. Anybody else that's watching this at a later point when it goes up on the channel, thank you for getting eyes on the cause. The wife very much appreciates your support. And hopefully we'll be able to do this again tomorrow afternoon. So take care. Hopefully down in Iowa, they are going to use their turn signals wherever you go for the rest of the evening. Hopefully. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to probably stay in so that way I don't have to worry about weird drivers, but I'll take what I can get. In the meantime, see you guys tomorrow. Very much appreciated for you showing up. Means a lot. And we will start from here tomorrow. Take care. Have a great night.